Hello and welcome back. It's Group D of Legends Series, 3 down, 1 to go. Let's find a fourth main stage finalist.
Yeah, the last one, the last stretch. So it's been quite a while already. We've watched quite a bit of Counter-Strike and quite a bit of Train, most importantly.
Yes, we might be seeing quite a lot more of Train today. A lot of these teams kind of like playing it. Should be getting into this game in the next 10 or so minutes, I think. Just doing the veto, just completing that one. I am Squid CS, joined by Nero here today for the final day of the group stage. Are you excited to find our fourth and final main stage participant?
For sure, for sure. And we've got some favorites right here in this group, but we've also got some teams that could definitely surprise. And I hope for a very good one, obviously. As we had Group C just yesterday, we are also very hyped up and prepared to watch some amazing matches. And indeed, we kicked off very close in all these matches with score lines along the lines of like 16-11 to 16-14 even. But then it all just blew up and we had a 16-6 and something along these lines by the ending. So I wonder whether it is like a case of people getting exhausted already by the very late games or something like that.
Yeah, it could have been a case of the teams adapting as well. Obviously, yesterday, you get your chance. You get, obviously, 3 opportunities before you get into that grand final if you're coming from the lower bracket. 2 opportunities before you get to it through the upper bracket. You can watch each other's games as well. Obviously, a lot of these teams sort of like cancelling CSGO matches and stuff to shift it over, so they'll be watching the streams as well. We've seen commonly teams in the chat talking as well, so they're definitely watching attentive. Team Squared being one of those teams, in fact, make it through to the main stage after watching the stream, obviously doing their research before getting into that grand final.
Yeah, and maybe that way they were able to actually beat up Epsilon right
Valiance as well. Valiance and Squared were both in the chat and they both made it through. Maybe that is the secret sauce. Perhaps watching ELC Gaming TV makes you better at Counter-Strike.
Could surely be. Yeah, since, well, that victory against Epsilon still is a little bit of a mystery to some people. With that 16-14 going over to Squared, that was a very good match to watch and not everybody expected it. And I didn't expect it either. I thought that if Squared are to win, that it would be a little bit easier. Like, not 16-14, something like 16-11, 12.
Yeah, perhaps thinking that that would be like a tighter game, maybe Squared running away from it or Epsilon. I just wasn't expecting the grand final to go, of Group A especially, to go in that fashion. I think the other 2 groups, Group B and C, have been fairly more clear-cut. I think with Valiance taking it, that was expected. Yesterday's results as well, auto expected as well.
Yeah.
Today, I think it's a bit more wide open.
Definitely. And just also finding out which maps the teams will prefer to play will be quite an interesting part of it all. Since there are some maps that the teams prefer, but then there are some maps that could completely catch the others off guard, and some that are perm bans, but also could actually get through. That is quite weird, like the situation that we've got going on. And a lot of the maps are also quite similar between the teams, especially in the first round. We'll have all 4 teams like pretty much willing to go for the similar maps between each other.
Yeah, I think that this group is really interesting because the map pools, as you just said, really do match up. None of these teams actually wanting to play Overpass today, apart from Spirit, who it's in the middle of their map pool, might be going for this. Everybody else is pretty much a perma-ban. Yeah. So I don't think we'll be seeing any Overpass today. If we do, it's going to be a catastrophe of a map. It's going to be a real curveball for either team. But obviously Spirit probably wanting to get it onto that ground, trying to get it to like Infernal Mirage instead.
Yeah, but same like goes for Cash. If I remember correctly, it's EPG who don't play it at all, and then Spirit who will want to play it, or the other way around. So Cash also probably not going to be seen today. I would love to see a little bit more of Cobblestone, and there is a little bit of a possibility for that to happen. But then also Inferno, for me, it could be a map of upsets. if we get to see Inferno, then the underdogs might easily be winning on this map, as it's quite a mystery overall out there. As Singularity are playing against very good teams in Inferno and getting very good score lines, actually. For instance, against Space Soldiers 17-19, Space Soldiers lately being able to win against Virtus.pro. Singularity themselves not getting a bad scoreline against Virtus.pro, although that online isn't really a tough task, apparently. But then Singularity are losing against a team very similar to EnvyUs Academy. In fact, against players that played alongside with some people on EnvyUs Academy, so they like split up into two. If I remember correctly, that was LDLC back in the days. And yeah, so Singularity could maybe even win against great teams on Inferno and could lose against the worst on Inferno.
Taking a deeper dive into the team you're talking about now, Singularity. A couple of mixed results there, losses against Ares, AGO, big catastrophic results to knock them out of a couple of tournaments. Here is their roster today. Dumas being, Robin probably being the most notorious player there, thinking about it. I was going to say maybe Dumas and Benji being some of the more known.
They're definitely an iconic duo, so
yeah,
you've got to keep an eye out for them. And yeah, the Ares matchup that I was talking about exactly. So EnvyUs have some friends over at Ares. Ares were able to win like pretty one-sidedly on that Inferno against Singularity, so that's why it could be dangerous. That's why maybe a little bit of a word from a friend over to EnvyUs Academy's players, and they could want to go for that map and might be able to win against Singularity. And overall, their win rate on Inferno is quite low. Like, they like to play it, but they have like a 30% win rate on it if we're talking about the Swedish lineup.
Yeah, and maybe that's because they are playing so much Counter-Strike, so much of the time it's being that third map in a best of three, in a big game when you're playing against a big team, a spoiler factor that they're leaving in and actually losing more times than winning. Looking like that could be maybe a middle ground map for Singularity that they might feel comfortable playing against some of these lesser teams on here today.
But we don't really have these.
You don't have lesser teams?
I don't think so. Like, all of them could show something right here.
EnvyUs
Academy, for me, by any means, is not a bad team. If we're talking about EPG also, the experience that Hoosh can bring is also amazing. So it can always outsmart you. You cannot ever be confident against a team like that. And then Spirit, obviously, is the alongside with Singularity, are the best contenders to winning this this group. But it's not going to be an easy match against any of these teams. I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, word around the offices, Group D is the group of death, having some of the main players in this Group D. Obviously, we're going to have to say goodbye to one of the headliners of this group stage, being either Singularity, Spirit. One of those teams are going to go home today. Then both of them can't make it to our main stage.
Yeah, and also, you like to talk about the world rankings.
Yes, I do. I'm a big fan of them.
Two teams that are pretty close in the place number 50. So we had a lot of number 50 teams, actually, throughout every group this far. But that's what kind of killed Epsilon, I feel like. Like, they were a ranked number 50 team facing off against a 160 squared, and it was supposed to be easy because what? Because just the rankings doesn't work like that in Counter-Strike. Unfortunately, sorry to inform you of that.
The matchup just didn't work out for them in that specific match, and perhaps that could play apparent today when you do have a bit of the disparity between the top two and the bottom two. Let's see another one of these teams. I think it's EnvyUs Academy coming up. Looking to be perhaps the underdog in this one. A lot of Gfinity Elite Series experience over the last couple of months. Couple of those, in fact, not a couple of those results on the screen now, but yeah, losses against Havu and Pro 100. Only a win against Good Job. And here is their lineup now. Of course, the Frenchies looking to cause a bit of a stir, a bit of an upset here today.
I mean, just if you look at the nicknames, they're not bad players at all. You've got Pedescal right here, Haji, Lambert. They've had some success out there, definitely. They've also had a little bit of experience playing alongside with the best, and this could get them a little bit of an edge right here, although comparing them to Benji and Dumas, these people have been playing on every single tier of competition throughout their history of Counter-Strike. So they've done everything. They've been everywhere, and seems like they're most accommodated with the Swedish players because they've been playing in the Balkan scene a little bit in the Balkan region. Them being, of course, from Bosnia, and they switched up to Sweden. They also played with different nationalities, but that's where it's most comfortable for them apparently. And so, as you say, maybe Robin. But if we're talking about the French lineup, who are you expecting to do the best right here?
I think maybe Lambert on the AWP should be a big player. I think maybe he could be a decent deal maker if we do get to train, if we do get to cobblestone some of these middle ground maps that have that AWP potential. Perhaps he can chip on through. Obviously, we are a little bit behind schedule, guys, just waiting for both of these teams to get in server, get these vetoes underway. I don't think we've got any vetoes. No, I've not got any vetoes on my phone. Oh, yeah, we've got a player missing so far, so we're going to get him into the veto, and we'll be bringing you this game in just a few moments. So.
All right. For me, I'd be looking forward to Pedescal maybe performing. Would love him to surprise me with a good performance today. And maybe some of the newer faces. The two newer guys. Jax and VKLL. Yeah. Like if we're talking about Haji, he's been around there for quite a bit of time already, and well, we'll see if that's enough for them. If that's good enough of a mix, and also like throwing it over to the second match of the day that we'll have EPG versus Spirit. We've got Hooch on EPG that I already mentioned, but. Great that he brings in the tons of experience for his team and like probably great communication and in-game leading and strats and stuff. But on the other hand, he's 30 years old.
Very old for Counter-Strike.
For Counter-Strike, that is quite old, and you have to like start to question whether he's going to do well with the skill, whether he's going to be fine facing off against some of these like younger talents and stuff like that. So once again, it might be the case of like seeing the in-game leader right at the bottom of the standings, like we had Got-B with 0 kills for like 10 rounds or something.
On WCA the other day, so
only 2 days ago, yeah.
Our resident dinosaur bringing up the rear, maybe bringing a bit of experience to that EnvyUs Academy side and looking to maybe pull them through, keeping them calm and composed, making sure that they're not going to choke and stuff. And obviously, they've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike recently. Have you been watching any of the Gfinity Elite Series, by the way?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. I feel like it's a pretty good tournament overall. Obviously, they've got the whole BT Sport thing and the BBC 3 thing, doing all of that as well. But it's exciting just to see the same teams over and over again, every single way. Everybody plays everybody. Let's see who's going to make it to these playoffs and actually do the damage. And obviously, that's obviously a really well-funded tournament. I know that all of the teams, like unsalaried players from the UK, now being brought into the place where they can make Counter-Strike their job. Yeah,
that's always a great thing. And I mean, Counter-Strike has been growing already for quite a bit of time. A little bit of a hit, I feel like, towards the mid-tier tournaments when the skins things happened.
Yeah, huge hit.
But then it's starting to kind of get revitalized with, like, as you say, the Gfinities, and also with us, with Legend Series. That's already the 4th time, and we've got these teams rotating in here and creating it and making it a little bit bigger this time around with 3 stages overall, with everybody obviously just aiming at Santa Ana, then facing off against like more international, rather intercontinental competition out there, and that's something that you can't always get everywhere, right?
Yeah, and obviously that's what this is all leading up to, the $25,000 Legends Cup. I think in February, looks like I think we'll be getting into this game fairly soon. Singularity versus EnvyUs should be underway pretty shortly. Remember, we are checking out this chat, so if you want to ask any questions, get in that Twitch chat. Obviously, we're not delaying the game. One of the players not joined the veto for about a quarter of an hour. We're trying to get him in for a little bit. So, but if you do have any questions, we're always in the chat. Be friendly, be nice. We're trying our best. I'm trying my best. You trying your best?
No.
You're not? No.
I'm trying to sabotage the thing.
Oh, no. You are the saboteur.
Undermining everybody's hard work.
Did you watch the show Trapped as a kid? Trapped? Did you have that in Poland? Trapped,
maybe.
and it had the caretaker with the big ears, the brown wrinkly skin. And he's
Might be.
you know that guy.
But you know, like this stuff is hard to remember because first of all, it's called differently in different languages,
yeah.
and second of all,
Shall I explain the game show?
Don't have clear memories there.
So basically, what the game show is I don't even think there was a prize or anything. I think just kids went on it just for the banter. And basically, you start at the top of the tower, and each level you do a task, you do like a challenge. And basically, the 5 kids have to do the challenge or whatever, or 6 kids have to do the challenge. And then 1 kid is the saboteur. So they get told in like an earpiece that you have to sabotage the task and stuff. And it's always something really stupid, like you have to put all the carrots into the basket at the end of 2 minutes. And then when the monster comes out, you have to go back in your tent, and then the saboteur will come out and do it. And then the best part of the show is coming up. The best part of the show was at the end of every task, they had to tell the camera who they thought the saboteur was, to ask who got voted off. So they were always like, I think it's Caitlin because she wasn't filling the basket with as many carrots as everyone else, and shit like that. It was pretty funny. And then the best ones was when a kid would like really mess up in front of like everybody else. They would like knock the basket over or whatever, and then they would get voted off, be really upset, and then they were like, the saboteur was Jenny, and then everyone would be like genuinely surprised.
I get that.
Yeah, that's the show.
Okay.
Did you have that or not?
No, I don't think we had that
like
actually. But it sounds like a quite fun show. But yeah, but probably not quite fun nowadays. If I were to watch it now, it would probably be pretty cringy. But
Raid says Trapped was amazing. Laughed my ass off. That's what he says. That's what he's saying. So Trapped, couple of fans in this chat. I don't know if that's still a thing. Maybe it's not. I guess it's probably not still a thing.
Probably. Yeah, but do you reckon you would find it funny at this moment right now if you were to watch it?
Probably not, mate.
Probably it would be pretty cringy, and you would turn it off after like 3 minutes or so.
After 30 minutes.
30?
That sort of thing. Yeah, I used to watch this show called Big Howard, Little Howard, and my mum used to put it on in the mornings. She would like come on and to wake me up, turn my TV on and stuff, and that would be the show on every morning. And that I was like 14 at the time. This was made for like 7-year-olds or 8-year-olds. I used to watch that. So I'm like below the average demographic.
I see.
I am dirt cheap to make TV for.
Okay.
You don't need this big level production. You don't need this ELC level production here to keep me entertained. I'd be good with just a little cartoon, mate. What did you watch in Poland? What was your favorite show?
I didn't watch a lot because I didn't watch TV.
Didn't watch
probably.
TV too much?
Because it wasn't in my room, and I would have to go to a different room, and then you would have people talking to you all the time and nagging you, so I didn't really want that because that was a pain.
I'm trying to watch the television.
That was a pain, so I didn't really watch too much. But
maybe we should just talk about television. Maybe we should just get
we should just talk about like the
TV
90s
or whatever.
About the 90s programs on the TV or something like that.
I used to watch Teletubbies. I was into Teletubbies until I was like 4 or 5.
Watched it every now and then too, yeah.
Teletubbies and Mopatop were my two. Mopatop, you might not know what Mopatop is. I can't remember, but it was like a guy that was like a bird that was shaped like a mop or something like that. And he owned a shop.
Okay.
It was Mopatop shop. People should know this. I can hear people laughing. Maybe they know what Mopatop is in Germany. They're just laughing at something else. There's our production crew enjoying our little chat.
Yeah, but it's taking quite a while, actually. We're missing that player.
While. So who will win? Please help predict. Somebody asked that earlier. It's El Mumbo now asking in the chat who's going to win. Come on, tell me who's going to win.
We still have not finished the veto, right?
I think it's Cobblestone.
Cobblestone.
I heard it was Cobblestone. Might not be. That was just somebody in the chat that told me that.
If it's Cobblestone, I'm going to say Singularity. I don't know. I feel like if we've got Inferno, EnvyUs is winning. Otherwise, perhaps. I'm betting on Singularity. And there is a possibility for Inferno to be picked because both the teams don't mind it. Yeah. But Singularity are just not finding a lot of success on this map. And like there could be a lot of info for the French about how Singularity do on this map exactly. If they wanted to do the research, they definitely could have.
Lion LF says it's cobblestone, and he keeps shouting at me, so it must be true.
Okay.
I'm trusting
No
this
Kappa.
Lion guy. No Kappa, but there are some Kappas in the chat from Squat. Spam the chat with Kappas, boys. James Hood, EnvyUs will win, and then a Kappa. A couple of Kappas. Yeah. So what were you talking about? We were talking about, not Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's boring. We're not here to talk about Counter-Strike. We're here to talk about television. Is there any TV show that you see nowadays, has to be one that I get, that you just think, nah, not doing that. Just they shouldn't do that.
Nowadays?
Nowadays. Is it like Big Brother?
Nowadays I don't watch TV
like
at all.
TV. Isn't that funny that there are programs? Because I've been living in Germany for 4 months now. I gotta finish this point. We are getting into the knife round, finally getting into this game, fellas. Obviously on cobblestone, so thanks very much, Lion, feeding us information. We should hire this guy. This guy should be part of the technical team as well.
He should be the
MVP
map
Lion.
seller.
LF. Yeah. Either way, EnvyUs gonna get that start. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, no, there are TV shows in England now that I don't know of. They're like really popular. Like Love Island only just started as I was in Germany, so I've never watched Love Island, which is a big thing.
So there's obviously everything that is on TV that I don't know of because I don't watch the TV.
Yeah, no, I don't know if we've not got British TV over here. It's all in German. I can't read German or listen. I'm terrible.
So what you've got RTL 7 or something like that?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I've never even scrolled through the channels. I don't really go downstairs a lot. I just go up into my room and
Okay.
not a whole lot. Getting into this pistol round. Scout going to be getting out that kit. Double flash as well. Everybody else with the Kevlar on the EnvyUs Academy side. Team Singularity actually taking the charge through mid. And here's Crossfire. Are they going to even check the Hadji here? No, they don't even watch for him. Does get a frag. Second, a mow down. Team Singularity get completely cut up by the trio of Ts on ramp.
Now look at that. That's an impressive start from EnvyUs Academy. The question is, how long will they be able to keep it up? And Singularity, well, we've seen a lot of surprises yesterday with like teams getting rounds with pistols, not even force buys, not even with Kevlars, but only pistols, ecos, like something like that. But right here, I don't really expect that to be happening already in the first match of the day. But we've got only 2 M4s on the side of EnvyUs Academy, so a lot goes into the SMGs. The longer range battles could favor possibly the terrorists a little bit, and indeed Bobski is able to take down Petitskill. They take control of the drop zone, and already the terrorist team's got quite a bit of map for themselves.
Yeah, it is a lot of map control, isn't it? Pushing EnvyUs Academy back. They've got to be a little temperamental about where they're going to hold now. It's VKL up close, looking for Bobski to go for this charge on down. Big smoke through to stop EnvyUs Academy from going for this rotation. But with Bobski just holding this one down, VKL stuck here, just waiting for somebody to jump up. Obviously, Bobski, the only player towards this side of the map, as a wraparound is coming towards the A site. Just Jax here with this M4S. Lambert is only going to find the one frag. Puts a lot of pressure on Jax on this A site.
There we are. Bobski still delivering the damage. Miguel's gone. Now Jaxie's got a big task at hand, but runs out of bullets already, and is just getting run down by Safe. Safe who gets the bomb planted, that he's got a good weapon, but still one man with the only rifle, with the only other rifle that they had remains. So it's possibly quite lucky for EnvyUs Academy right here, but overall pretty unlucky that he's going to face it off against the bomb and 2 people left alive out there. Does he have a possibility of picking up the death kit? That's a big question also, because the time is just running out. The spot's outside though. There goes the M4. Bobski's going to try to play for time as he's got a UMP and very little HP, so it's going to be real tough to win this. So he goes down, but the time still is the enemy.
No, he's going to have to
pull it off.
No, he's going to have to run. Going to keep this M4 alive. The only rifle to use in this third round. Obviously, Singularity going to be able to go for a buy here. Going to be able to whip these AKs out.
Well, not good, I guess. Singularity quickly getting back into the game. The pistol round was surely impressive from the French team, but they weren't able to keep it up at all. And maybe we'll just get into another huge force buy train, where yesterday we could be seeing like even 8 rounds in a row just traded by the teams back and forth.
Yeah, very common here, especially on Cobblestone, a map that isn't too clear cut in the disparity between the two sides. Obviously, very easy to get those trades in, but in effect, that does favor this T side. Lambert just holding it down with the smoke here, waiting for these players to push in. Big flash on through, but he's only got this CZ, so his Singularity charging to his position is going to have to back off.
Well, there we go, safe. Has 2 people up close, but isn't really going to meet them just yet. Talking about this map, it's the 2nd best for EnvyUs Academy. And it's the 4th best only for Singularity, so it's like in the middle of their pool. They occasionally play it, but probably not their favorite. Maybe that's why they were a little bit surprised by that pistol round. A lot of teams try to prepare great strats for the pistols so they can get 3 rounds off the back of it, but that's what EnvyUs Academy were not allowed to do. Now it might be a little bit confusing to them, but JackJ gets a great kill towards safe. A flashbang in the smoke right there, just making the enemy not see anything at all, but they're not able to pick up the AK. Bobski runs down 2 people, and also Robin with a tiny bit of health. Lambert only trying to add a little bit of something from himself, but Haji should already be thinking about saving up that M4. VKL is going down way too easily, and it's just not too good of an idea to give up the equipment that he's got. That's a dev kit, a Kevlar and helmets. You don't so often even see the helmets on the CT side, so he's invested quite a bit into this one. And obviously the M4 plus a CZ. That could also be an important thing. Even just that pistol. But all that is lost as Tumas just beats him with the UMP-45, grinding out another $600 for himself and another victorious round for Singularity, most importantly. So are we just going to get to see that pistol round win from Envy, and are they just going to get shut down right here, or do you expect them to come right back into the game on round number 5 when they get a 4-buy?
Well, it's just eco, isn't it? Saving a bit of money, trying to get those rifles out. I think the difference maker in the previous round was VKL, not finding that frag, not being able to level it back to a 2 versus 2. See, means that the A site, very difficult to retake at that point. Nice opening shot from Haji, Deagle in hand, doing a bit of damage, but they're only taking away the SMGs. Robin instead, there's the first rifle gone. Nobody actually going to be able to salvage that as we're all held over towards A. So, look at that, Benji. Having to back off. Bonga is Benji, for anybody who hasn't caught onto that one just yet. A frag comes through, and it's just Lambert left. He's been able to salvage that AK-47 and try and back off. Cobblestone, a map with so many twists and turns, should be able to find a hiding spot before this next player actually sweeps in.
Last time there was no possibility. Dumas was quite good at hide and seek, mostly at the seek part. Right here though, maybe the CT, the remaining CT, will survive a little bit longer. Trying to get into the castle area, but at the moment actually the terrorists are looking for him on their own respawn, so they've gone a little bit too far, and it's not going to pay out. They're not going to find him. Safe still jumping around the bomb site, obviously taking care of so that there is no ninja fuse or anything happening. That was not required at all, but Lambert still goes down. To Safe, in fact, the guy who was just protecting the bomb, was just there for cover, had a MAC-10, not a very useful weapon, but he was able to get the kill and re-equip himself right now with something better.
Yes, EnvyUs Academy, finally with money, have the AWP out, 4 sets of rifles as well. They've got a couple of nades, bit light on the Molotovs, although Haji, he's the only player with one, and he's going to throw it out initially. It's towards that long area. He's holding it towards the B site, in fact, trying to toss it down, prevent a rush. Lambert finds that first frag. He's going to back off with this AWP.
Well, Tuma's going down, definitely a good thing for EnvyUs Academy. Usually he was able to survive until the very end out there, was able to punish them right at the ending of the rounds. Lambert slightly blinded, but the terrorists have nothing to look for right here. It would require a lot of skill for them to be able to beat the 2 waiting players here. JackJ and Lambert, obviously. Lambert with this AWP, definitely looking forward to a little bit more action. That's the guy that you mentioned might be the strong point of EnvyUs Academy. I'm still waiting for Better Skill to start performing.
Yeah, and obviously on Cobblestone, you're wanting those opening picks with the AWP, especially on this CT side, stopping Singularity from being able to go for a 5-man setup. This time, it's towards this B site, and you see Hadji, he's just attentively watching this angle as Singularity about to go for this pour in. Hadji's actually looking the wrong way, could get caught off guard. Good communication from EnvyUs Academy. Go for this setup as Hadji peeks in, but it's only for one. It's Bobski, Benji, both peek in, B and B. It's not too comfy for EnvyUs Academy as they get shut down on this B site. 3 versus 1 now as a couple of frags come through in just a few seconds. Just Benji left, and he's going to fall quick.
And that kill from Petitskill actually a little bit earlier on towards safe. That's been great, leaving Benji all alone. Didn't really allow the terrorist team to do anything anymore. And that was a triple kill, wasn't it? And those all were the 3 first kills of his in this matchup. VK also sitting on 0 at this exact moment. This might be just the very beginning of the map, but I definitely would not like to see something like from Venatores yesterday, where only 2 players would be fragging, 3 others would be completely asleep until like round number 10 in the map, and then they would start playing pretty well, but it was already too little too late. And maybe that way Venatores wouldn't have even found themselves in the losers brackets had they just played the early a little bit better.
Yeah, big nade through right there to do a little bit of damage onto Bobski. There is a Molotov. They're going to have to push through this one. Right into Hadji. Gets 2. Actually takes a couple of shots off, but cannot nail the safe headshot. He finds it instead. 3 versus 3 on this B site. Jax with a bit of an opportunity as well. Leaves Lambert all alone, who finds just the one. Trying to change up his angle of approach. Back into B. Needs another opener here before this bomb goes down. This boost coming through. Oh, not going to hit the shot. Doesn't pull the trigger. Bit too much discipline as Robin takes his face off. Singularity with 4.
Yep, a bit too slow. Safe this time with a triple kill, so we've got triples all over the place from one side and from the other. But Singularity just holding onto the advantage for themselves. And after the first half, what do you reckon would be a good scoreline for EnvyUs Academy? They're the slight underdog. They have to stand up to the challenge.
Winning this half, I think. I think getting 8 rounds, possibly 9. I think that's what they're aiming for here. Obviously, looking like a pretty distant hope now with Singularity rocking and rolling. Should be able to take their 5th round in the next couple of moments. Obviously, Kevlar all bought up for EnvyUs Academy. Haven't got all too much money to play with. Going for this 3-2 setup once again. This is a flashbang. Does force Lambert back. Obviously, no warp in hand this time. He was a difference maker in the previous round, finding those openings. It's Jax to almost take the double, but traded right back through. And EnvyUs Academy need to rely on Lambert again.
Still not so bad for EnvyUs Academy. They have a little bit better of a T side on this map, especially. Actually, quite a bit better of a T side win percentage. If we're talking about Singularity, then there's the win percentage difference between CT and T is about like 5%. Not too much of a big deal. Algie though waiting for quite so long, and he's only going to get a 1 kill. Need a little bit more support from his teammates, but they've gone down before he was able to show himself. An amazing flashbang, but let's go with an easy kill right here. It's the 2nd already this round, and he's playing with no Kevlar. He's not yet even received a single point of damage. And safe being down to 8 HP, a single bullet takes him out right now. And 15 seconds on the clock too are not going to allow him to really achieve too much more. But they're missing the shots. Come on, what is happening? VKL is still going to finish off safe. Maybe he'll get the bomb planted way too late a little bit. In this situation, unfortunately, that's going to skew his plans. And there we are. 4-3, EnvyUs Academy winning a round with very little on their hands. That's pretty nice to see. But also, it was a little bit sloppy. VKL still with 0 kills and not hitting a guy with 8 HP. Man, he's got to step up. Otherwise, he's making his team play 4v5.
Difference maker in that previous round. The 1-2 sucker punch from VKL and Petit. VKL obviously throwing that flash through. Pretty much an assist right there. Pretty much a solid frag right there. Gifted it to Petit, who was able to swing out and find that opening frag. That's a player on full HP gone. Just 8 HP left on the final player, and it was an easy enough round as of then. Obviously, that brilliant work in communication, what EnvyUs Academy pretty known for, pretty much what separates them from the crowd when we're talking about the Gfinity Elite Series pool of players. EnvyUs Academy, probably of some of the top teamwork of the rosters, of those 8 rosters at Gfinity right now. This AK-47 just trying to chip down a couple of these headshots. It's actually going to be Dumas to look to fire through, but isn't going to be able to find that kill. Petit instead.
And only safe remaining right here. That previous kill was actually pretty important. Could have still given another life into this round for the terrorist lineup. At this stage, 1v5, nothing you can do. 4-4, that is the scoreline. Lambert still with the AWP. Every single time they got a 4-buy, he's actually had it as the 3rd round already into this map. He's holding on to a sniper rifle. Well, if we're talking about Singularity, then they're missing quite a bit of money in their bank. So Doom is only playing with a single smoke. Benji with no grenades at all. Safe sacrifices his rifle in order to play with the grenades out there. And all the rest still don't have too much.
AWP out again for Lambert, of course, towards his A site once more. It's Team Singularity look to make the approach and encroach onto B. Petit Scal just looking to maybe back off behind this Molotov. Knows that there is players playing patiently here in drop zone. Bobski going to give covering fire to a dropping Robin, who's already down to 50 HP. Singularity just wrapping around B.
A little HP here and there, some grenades that the terrorists are missing, the CTs could provide. And for instance, Lambert still got that incendiary left. Could wreak some good havoc out there. Haji up against 3 people in here, not the easiest task that he was given, that he was provided with, but nobody seems to be willing to help him really. Instead, they go straight into Robin, who gets a double kill for himself, and Haji's left all alone, but he gets a double himself. He sees 2 more approaching, but he's not going to be able to beat them. That, in my opinion, was just such a big mistake on EnvyUs Academy's side. They could just throw the round right here, right now, but Lambert's still fighting. Back to a 1v1 this time. A boost is not going to kill him. Triggers another shot, but misses this one. Dumas getting a little bit afraid. Gets to planting the bomb right now, and there we go. Lambert actually working towards a pretty good position. Dumas could not be seen.
Oh, how'd he miss that shot? Lambert actually misses a follow-up as well. Gives Dumas a chance. Traded out to this AK-47, but Lambert, I don't think he's got a chance in this one. Should be able to hit this shot. Dumas, bit messy, but does finally nail it.
19 HP, though. That was close indeed. But Lambert had way too many opportunities out there. So he's fired like 5 bullets with that AWP and missed all of them on towards the last remaining Singularities player. And once again, coming back to the Haji situation on Platt. Like, why would nobody help him? He spotted out 3 people. And all that they did was go into the drop zone, both of them suiciding completely, leaving bombsite B defense down to just a single person with 3 people running straight at his face and another guy coming in from the drop zone. Like, come on. That's pretty bad. Obviously, they had the idea to just first clear out one area, then possibly gang up on all the remaining Team Singularities players, but backfired and failed. It was horrible. Safe getting out of the incendiary, does not manage to survive. VKL to take that kill. And actually, just getting quite aggressive out there with the HE to make him dash away. But Singularity have to abandon the plan. If they really want to get into that bomb site B, they have to do that through the drop zone right now. A lot of map control assumed by EnvyUs Academy, so they're not giving any space over to the terrorist team, even after losing a round.
It's Lambert one more time with this AWP, changing his approach up to this B site. Nice fast frag onto Benji, who tried to return with this AWP. It's Dumas to take his place and pick that one up. It's Haji going for the spray down on this B site. EnvyUs Academy looking pretty steady, looking pretty firm here.
Well, that's quite close, what we're seeing right here. But actually, a clean round from Envy in such a situation is also a bit of a surprise, definitely. Finally, an AWP and Singularity, by the way, and they're not really able to use that anyway. that was picked up after the fight against the Lambert last time, and Dumas holds on to it himself right now as safe's gone down. So Envy take it. Singularity will be struggling economically and quite massively. Like, they cannot do anything at this stage. That's going to be a little bit of a pause. Probably a tactical from Singularity, as when you've got 2 rifles, 2 Kevlars, and the rest of the team cannot really support you too much. What do you decide to do? They drop a CZ. They go for a UMP, actually. They're going to go for a force-up here. Not sure if I'm a fan of that, especially since just a second ago on a 4-buy, they couldn't even bring down a single person on EnvyUs Academy. So, yes, Envy sometimes are making these big mistakes, but instantly they recover, and then you can see how clean it is.
Yeah, it's all a bit of a dilemma, trying to work out whether you are going to buy up against the full buy of EnvyUs Academy. Of course, Team Singularity going to do it at this point. Obviously, we're at a bit of a crossroad right now with EnvyUs Academy. Not on all too much money. Can be forced onto a bit of a shaky buy in the 12th round if Singularity can pull through here. But they've obviously got limited equipment to be using in this round. Just 2 nades between Bobski, Safe, Benji, Robin. Just a smoke and a flash on those 4 players. Dumas got a little bit more, obviously saving a bit on through. But Singularity, 5-5 now.
There we go. Let's kick this off. Let's maybe hope that Dumas is going to get something done with that AWP. Let's maybe hope that Lambert isn't going to obliterate them with his own, on the other hand. So Envy is definitely on a good way right here towards victory in the first half at least. You were talking about how they need 8 or 9 rounds after the CT side. Could definitely be good. And that would already edge them so close to victory overall on the map, since they apparently have a much better T side in here. Well, there we go. Bobski once again down to 66 off of an incendiary. Save has found that incendiary to be a problem. Couple rounds earlier too. But Jax is going to get a little bit impatient, and against a buy-up like this, it's a very stupid thing.
Yeah, of course, there's no support there as well. Commonly, you'd be seeing the AWP probably go for a peak like that, supported by an AK-47, but Jack's doing it all alone. Mainly wanted information. Obviously, they can hear the one man towards the B site. Benji did make a bit of noise as well. Thought it was maybe a ruse. Oh, Lambert!
Oh.
Worst times 1 scope. VKL got to go huge here. Got an AK-47 in hand, but Dumas able to chip it through with the AWP.
VKL normally isn't really able to provide support for the rest of the team this far. He's got like singular kills here and there, and some that don't matter at all. Right now, Pettis also burned down from 100 to 60 HP, so it seems like it's about time to give up. Haji also very far away on B plat normally. Didn't even bother to rotate. Just decided that it's the time to just save this round up. And the Team Singularity on a pretty harsh force buy for themselves. Even they were playing with like CZ75, a UMP, another pistol I think, and then the AK and AWP that they had carried over from the earlier rounds. Now Bonga is going to be probably looking for a better weapon, I imagine. Yeah, indeed, Benji's now getting that AK into his hands, and Singularity are looking happy. I mean, I was talking about how EnvyUs were looking good until this point on, but they should not have lost a round like this. This is a little bit bad.
Yeah, and now they're stuck in a dire situation where they've barely got any money to be able to go for this follow-up by Petit and Haji. Obviously keeping these AK-47s back, but nobody else have real investment around it. Just VKL as well with the Kevlar. Nobody else with anything really to talk of. Looking to maybe go for this pause, I think. Yeah, looks like this match is probably going to stop. Just for the time being. I think somebody, probably a technical issue, obviously, but no damage has been exchanged, so shouldn't be all too much of a problem. Unless they, yeah, it doesn't look like this is live. This isn't.
Toe-to-toe. These teams cannot throw each other off guard this far yet.
Well, we're at this sort of, well, we've got this slight intermission as well. Not sure what Robin's doing. I think he's just having a bit of banter, having a bit of fun here. And obviously, yeah, this clearly isn't live, so don't worry about anything that he's doing right now, fellas. We should be getting back into this one in just a few moments. As I was saying before, we're at a bit of a crossroad here where EnvyUs Academy is starting to struggle on the CT side. Singularity putting together a couple more shots than perhaps they ordinarily could have. I'm kind of wondering if this is live or not, because looking like a set piece onto this B site for Singularity. They have got a bunch of frags here, so I think the pause is probably going to come through in a moment. And Jax actually looks like he's playing this one seriously and wants to go for it. Big peek from Dumas, traded in by Benji.
Not bad.
Another round for Singularity. Let's see if that one is actually live or not. Or because that did look like a live round of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, definitely.
Ah, there you go. The unpause as well. So that one did count in the end. Obviously, they wanted to pause it for the first 30 seconds. Couldn't get that to come through. And now Singularity do find themselves 5-7 up. Obviously, it was just pistols around those pair of AK-47s for EnvyUs Academy regardless. Now they've got a slightly better buy. VKL still with this UMP. Everybody else still with rifles. On the EnvyUs Academy side, obviously, Singularity have a decent buy up. Just waiting and watching for Benji to peek down, but nobody from Singularity giving them anything to work with just yet. Going to be at a bit of a stalemate here at the 1:30 mark.
Oh, here we go. Safe's finally got the AWP. Dumas not playing with it anymore, and well, they have found a little bit of success here and there with it. They can even swap it around quite a bit, I think. In the team Singularity, quite a bit of people can play with that AWP, but it was the most impressive, I feel like, in Venatores, where 4 people would be playing the AWP. Aside from Soon, he is the main AWPer. 3 more would just swap around every other round. Now, in the drop zone, Haji's getting a single kill out there, and then 2 drop over from the CT side. And this is getting pretty interesting. VKL's now covering the plat, and normally it would be Haji, so a little bit of a mix-up, and I'm not sure if that pays out too much for them. 1-man lead, though, this far for the terrorist team. That's going to get evened out instantly right now. They had a 2v1 for a moment, as Safe was left all alone by Benji, who had to get the bomb planted. But right now, as Safe was still able to recover in that situation, get a kill for himself, and Lambert doesn't own an AWP, but a rifle, it has to be around for Singularity. So now they start to finally harp away. As we started elaborating a little bit more about how close these teams are and how well this far it is going for EnvyUs, was the exact moment the Singularity decided to stop and now gain the advantage for themselves.
Looked like VKL was maybe the difference maker there. Turned around for just an extra second. Singularity able to catch him off. Obviously, UMP through the smoke could have easily found 2 or 3 frags there. More than enough bullets to make it work. EnvyUs Academy back to this eco with only 5 rounds. They really do need 1 or 2 more, and probably not going to find that just yet. With Kevlar dotted about, Singularity holding back, just making this CT side sweat.
EnvyUs, I don't doubt that they could be able to throw Singularity over on this round. After all, crazy stuff's happened already, but not this time. Benji spots out the top of the head right here. Lambert's gone down to Robin. Dumas also being able to get Jax just before Benji was supposed to do something, but he wasn't able to. Now VKL finally gets a kill that matters quite a bit. Oh, he was bidding to throw that weapon away, but a bit of a hole in the ceiling. And Robin with the second. VKL, I don't think he'll be able to do much more in this round. Already down to 20 HP, and that's exactly what happens here. Bobski having his hands full with throwing that AK away. But yeah, let's take a look at the kills. Haji with 17 on the line of EnvyUs Academy, 12 for Jax J. So indeed, Lambert did have some good shots with the AWP. Bettiskel did have a triple kill here and there, but other than that, these 2 people are not doing much. And different guys on the lineup definitely stepping it up, but I definitely had some hopes in RG too, but didn't really mention him before the match.
Big nade down. Bobski looking to speed up and chuck up the pace onto this B site. Hadji just waiting and watching with the rotate coming in from Lambert. He hasn't got the AWP this time. It's VKL, that secondary AWP picking it up. Obviously Lambert not feeling too confident with this weapon. Minute 10 left. Singularity now slowing it down. They've got that coverage in drop zone. They've got that map control as well. Well, had it for the time being. It's Lambert and Hadji both peek in trade through. Find 2. 4 versus 3. Singularity looked back off towards this A site. Remember, it's only Jax over here, so he's got a lot of work to do. With Lambert rotating over, a pretty picture-perfect round from EnvyUs so far.
Oh, but it's VKL who's got an AWP this time, and I'm a little bit afraid that maybe Safe can secure a frag before they go into the bomb site, making it a 3-on-3. Lambert, will he be able to hold everything and everybody back? Flashbang doesn't catch anybody out, and they might think to not look at that sidewalk anymore, and it could give a great opportunity over to Dumas. Indeed, Robin and Dumas are going to get their kills. It's not even the AWP that I thought would be doing all the job here. Oh, VKL. He's not going to have any support as Hadji's actually wrapping around the map. So will he be able to survive this big amount of time? A lot of the time, actually, VKL would be getting a little bit impatient with Peak without any support from the rest of the team. That's where he would die or lose substantial amounts of HP, but he does it again. And this time manages to kill off Robin. This time it actually worked out fine. Now he's going to get caught by Safe. Back to a 1v1. Hadji's got a perfect position if he wants to catch Safe off guard as he runs with his back turn straight into the guy. But he's running around looking for a death kit. He's not able to find it. Can he actually defuse it? No. Again, this is not the first time EnvyUs Academy lose a round like this. They've got to be furious about it. 10-5 for Singularity in favor of the mostly Swedish team after the first half. So EnvyUs were not able to get a bigger amount of rounds than their enemies after the first half. What do you think now is the remedy for this situation? Because it clearly is getting quite dire.
Well, yeah, Hadji probably the standout, but well, definitely the standout player on this EnvyUs Academy side. 19 frags for him. He cannot cool down if they want to have a shot here in Cobblestone. Otherwise, they'll be going into the lower bracket, playing the loser of the next match, of course. Spirit versus EPG, that Russian standoff coming up fairly soon. This pistol round, this EnvyUs Academy going very fast into the A site.
Or are they? As they actually decide to fall back.
Faking me out, backing off. Now back again.
Interesting of an approach. Maybe making a little bit of noise just to fall back in again after making the enemies think that it could possibly be a bit of a fake. But no, Singularity are pretty far away. They've not heard the footsteps. There was no chance for them to actually do that. And EnvyUs for now are exhausting quite a bit of the time that they're giving for this round and Singularity are still very far away. They're not pushing at all. They're not curious at all. They're not aggressive at all. Staying defensive and making sure that they're prepared when the push comes.
Yeah, and of course, USPs, long distance engagements, very favourable for them, wanting to keep EnvyUs Academy at range. Obviously on this pistol round, it's Benji pincered on this A site as they're about to make this final push in with 30 seconds left. They've got to make these kills and find these frags exceptionally quickly. Benji still hidden away. Robin is taking most of the crossfire through. Hadji and Jax find 2. There's a third from Petit as they do hold EnvyUs Academy back.
And they definitely quite skillful at these pistol rounds, but previously they were not able to really string anything together with the pistol instantly after giving a round up to Singularity. Will it be a little bit different? As I mentioned quite a bit of times already this far, the terrorist team looks a little bit better for them, while Singularity don't really care which side they're playing. But Envy could definitely be throwing in the aggression right now. Could definitely be bouncing back. And after all, if they're able to hold on to the pistol victory and don't give in to any force buy from Singularity, then they could be just 2 rounds away from evening it all out. So the advantage that Team Singularity picked up in the first half might not mean so much after all.
Ooh, 4 Mac 10s for EnvyUs Academy. Wanting the run and gun potential, but Singularity going for these CZs. Again, taking the tip out of EnvyUs Academy's book in that previous half. Going for these full auto pistols right now, and you can see they've got the crossfires established. 3 towards this B site, 2 over towards A, and what a shot from Lambert. Straight in, finds Benji.
Yep. Now, these CZs, every single frag like that makes their strength completely disappear. The strength's in numbers in these kind of situations, but the numbers are on the side of EnvyUs Academy. They're sticking together with like 3 or 4 Mac 10s up against each other and just shooting it down to get the money, earn a lot to be able to afford a little bit more and more towards the later stages of this second half. And this could definitely turn out amazing since they're not losing too many people out here. Only VKL's gone down. They've got 2 kills on Haji, a single one on the man that I mentioned just a second ago, and Lambi has also picked up 1. JaxJ is just there for support. If something goes wrong, he's able to chime in with the AK, but he's not stealing away the money. That's important. Another round like this, if they don't throw away the Mac 10s, could get them up to maybe even 10,000 by round number 19, and then Singularity will be having some huge issues, especially they're on the CT side. The economy is a little bit more rough for them.
Especially Haji, who's got the bulk of that cash, obviously keeping this Mac 10 through. VKL, the only player to drop in the previous round, getting back out with an AK-47. Singularity with $0 investment in this one. Just maybe looking for a frag, looking to assume a crossfire. And they have everybody on the A site. With EnvyUs Academy going for this push, they could swarm in. Even trading back on through, but Team Singularity have actually been pretty spotted out, pretty telegraphed far. They have to get this reload through with the Mac 10. Wants to tear in again, but a 2v2 once more. Bobski, if he can maybe find this angle of engagement, could do something both low, but can't find the shots. 8-10.
So close! If just this USB hit the headshot on Jags, it could have been such an easy situation with VKL going down to 6 HP. But, oh my word, like, Petitskill was struggling so much on that kill on the ramps. Actually, well, he was seeing 2 people at the same time, so maybe that was what decreased his accuracy massively, but nevertheless, it was a sweaty round for EnvyUs Academy. I was talking about how good their economy could get if they go for just another life round number 17, but instead it was pretty horrible. But right now, against a full buy, they're able to deal the damage with the Mac 10s, so I guess they're repairing everything instantly. Only Benji remains. Jax is down to 11 HP, Lambert's down to 25. Yeah, pretty similar situation in that case to the previous round. This time, though, Benji's got a rifle, but this time also his chances aren't so big because there's another guy nearly 4 HP, and that's Petitskill, and just runs away as the bomb's ticking down as he's got no death kit. And Singularity are still pretty low on the money.
Yeah, clearly that follow-up drive-by from Lambert with the Mac 10, now getting out an AK-47, be one of the difference makers there in drop zone, denying Singularity a lot of map control. The double kill there coming through, and EnvyUs Academy closing up this scoreline slowly but surely, back to within 1 round, and they should be able to close that single digit right here and make it double digits for them.
Yeah, great opportunity indeed. And we're like, you mentioned how they need to win the first half, and I thought that it would be the case too. I would definitely agree with that. But EnvyUs Academy is about to show us that it doesn't matter how many rounds they get on the first half, when on the T side they're just like beasts and they're completely unstoppable. Petitskill now with a headshot on Benji to open this one up. But this round doesn't matter so much. Already Singularity had a good run in round number 18. Then in 19 it wasn't so bad after all, but it didn't work out. But they're definitely working towards something. They're definitely trying to figure something out. They're definitely trying to find out an opportunity and a way of beating EnvyUs.
Yeah, safe that Molotov not extending, but this one certainly will. Forcing him out of position, lots of damage done already. Down to 44 before the shots even come through, but there's 2 kills for Team Singularity as they do draw this one level to a 3 versus 3. Back into this B site, but it is only pistols, fairly unarmored. There's Dumas here looking for a headshot. VKL just charging up and jumping about, leapfrogging his way on down, but Dumas finally going to drop as well.
Yeah.
Just Robin left. 13 HP, AK-47, bit of equipment, and he is going to back off with this little bit of investment.
That kill on VKL definitely was cool, but then he's just run out into the open, into 2 crosshairs, into 2 AKs. I don't know if there was a way of figuring it out a little bit better, if there was a way for Robin to still come in from behind and support his teammate, but instead, turns out it's just another round for EnvyUs Academy. But once again, as I said, Team Singularity showed that they are getting close. They are intensively thinking about what they can do. And it's going to be an equalizer, but maybe the next round is actually where Singularity know how to beat EnvyUs Academy and break that curse of theirs and get a little bit ahead.
So, back in the running. EnvyUs Academy obviously dictating the pace of this second half. Team Singularity trying to slow it down again, double AWPs out. So they're probably going to send 1 towards A, 1 towards this B side, with Safe over towards B, looking possibly to go... Are they going for the tree boost? I can't quite see just yet, but Benji over towards the A site. He has support from Domas. This 1-2 combination with the rifle, with the sniper rifle as well. Looking to try and hold somebody back. Nice initial nade comes in. Yeah. Tickle of damage to 3 players. This EnvyUs Academy just forced to reconsider this approach. Obviously, going for this 3-2 setup for them, trying to hold Singularity into these bomb sites. Obviously, they've got an AWP of their own. It's on Lambert. He's been the difference maker here to not allow Singularity to go too aggressive, especially with their AWP, to try and take some map control, some information. He's not allowing that. And now they've got the information, they're going to go to this B site.
That kind of grenade, by the way, is actually quite important for the CTs. For right now, VKL and Haji, if they get hit into the head with an M4, they won't survive. So always that little bit of damage is going to make it a tiny bit easier for Bobski, for Tuba. But then we've got some heavy weaponry out there on Singularity, and might get quite bad for them if they just allow EnvyUs Academy to take over bomb site B. They just allow them to get up close and personal, so hopefully that will work out for the CTs. Now Robin's getting the kill on Haji right after Safe is going to hit that shot. A tiny bit of a flick, but he's also got to be careful about his flanking. Manages to run away. Nobody's able to even scratch him this far. In the meantime, he loses Robin, but the one-man lead remains, not for long. Bone Benji, though. Oh, he's got a double. They just lined up for him. They were too afraid of Safe, actually. So much that they went straight into the other guy. And 2 AWPs left. I thought that it would get pretty bad if Envy were able to just take the bomb site. And they did. They did walk into the bomb site. They did take it. But the AWPs turned out to be the biggest horror.
No AWP this time for Lambert. No AWP for this EnvyUs Academy side in their entirety. Hasn't been feeling confident for it. You saw VKL get one out himself earlier on without that double AWP on the CT side. Instead, it's Singularity with these double AWPs once again. Been talking about it a lot. Benji Safe. Such great effect, especially on that B site. You saw Benji there staying alive for so long. Safe as well in Coop. I think he was alive for maybe about 30 seconds since that push came in. Slowed EnvyUs Academy down. They couldn't get the bomb dropped. Instead, having to take care of him, having to change their angle of approach and move on round. It's Jax to get up close and personal first, taking the charge down long.
Oh, wondering if that split's going to work out for them. For now, still 3 CTs remaining on bomb site B, and doesn't seem like they even have an idea of rotating around. Maybe even they will be trying to boost themselves out there in the drop zone. So it's very important for the 2 players on bomb site A to get at least that 1 kill and then survive a little bit longer. And for that, the position that Dumas has could be just amazing. But for now, another person joins in, and they will be running into that bomb site A for sure. Dumas, with that position, he's not able to do anything. Pediskill instantly takes him out, and BKL, Jax also doing the damage. Still one more man over at bomb site B, so they've got nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to save the weapons up. Singularity are getting their economy reset and completely smashed by EnvyUs right now. This makes me think that the French teams steadily going towards their victory on this first map of the day.
Yeah, the second half has been pretty convincing so far. That's 6 in a row now for the Frenchman. Obviously, leveling up the scoreline here. Singularity only taking the single round in return. Their economy, once again, in absolute shambles and tatters. Going for this 3-2 approach. Singularity haven't really changed it up at all on this CT side. I want to see their defense become a little more versatile. Maybe go for a push or a boost. Maybe up drop. Maybe we haven't seen anybody boosted onto tree so far. EnvyUs Academy just been dealing with standard setups and dealing with them pretty easily. Finding kills, not too much damage done in return. The retort not coming through for Singularity. Now, only 2 rifles. One of them's a FAMAS, the other M4 UMP double CZ for Singularity.
That is not convincing enough for me, definitely. But in a lot of these situations when they were playing with pistols, they were able to even get, I feel like, the most achieved this far. Leaving 2 people on very low HP on EnvyUs Academy, stuff like that. And there we go, Safe Indeed is able to take down BKL with the CZ and a little bit of suicide from Jax. And back to a 1v2, actually. The 2v2 looked fine, but is Dumas able to redo something? Yes, he is! Comes in from behind. Turns it around into a 1v1. The bomb's not even yet picked up by Pediskill. He could have just continued the spray down. Dumas just could have continued and taken Pediskill out, but that's not what he decided to do. Falls back and knows roughly where to expect the enemy. Gets a quick headshot, and he's going to finish the round. He's going to pick up an AWP. He's going to get the 12-11 going for his team, but EnvyUs don't. Or do they actually care about that? They got the bomb planted. They still have quite a bit of money on their hands, so I don't think it's going to affect them too much.
Well, obviously, with the scoreline closing in, you want to stop Singularity from getting any rounds at this point. Their economy is very low. EnvyUs Academy should be feeling fairly comfortable with the situation, just in general, that they've put themselves in so far, that they've earned themselves by taking 6 out of the last 8 rounds. This half been very yellow so far. Team Singularity, see their buy, double M4, double UMP, just the 1 AWP. Benji, without that utility to be able to go for some sort of retort B site. You see, EnvyUs Academy, it is going to be this fast push, this fast rush. Smokes are down, and the AKs draw in. Lots of damage done by those flurry of nades. There's Lambert and VKL gone. This bomb's going to be finally planted. It's EnvyUs Academy, very few on number. Haji trying to take a mad spray on through. Bomb's still not down. Means Jax, Haji have to go huge. Need to find some frags. They want to go for this boost on up through. As Haji does find 2. Plucks a pair of heads away. And they're still on this B site. There's a reply from Dumas, though. As these CTs need to deal with this bomb planter on the site. It's obviously Petit. Jax here to give a bit of coverage fire to this aggressive T in here. 3 versus 2. You see Jax just looking aggressive towards Bobski's position. He's about to make this push out. That's 1 man gone. Level playing field now. Health is pretty standard as well. As Dumas going to find 1. Traded back out. 1 headshot.
AWP.
Robin needs to draw in here. He's got this AWP. He's waiting for the peak. Petit playing very flustered, going left and right. Not knowing at all where Robin's coming from. This bomb is ticking down. Cannot find the shot.
Yeah, the time was also not playing into his favor. So EnvyUs able to come back in this round. It was a 5v3 in favor of Singularity with very little HP on the remaining terrorists. An amazing play from Jax in the chicken coop, actually. He was able to do a lot from there, was covering the back of his team. Nobody was coming in from there, actually, but made it so much more comfortable for the rest. And then when he peeked, was able to pick up another guy, survived long enough. And a very long time out there. Now 2 grenades into the very same spot, and Bobski just loses like 3 points of health from each of them. But then Safe's a little bit lower. He's down to 76. Robin's down to 66. So after all, EnvyUs are doing a little bit of damage. But these guys, like, you can see how they distance themselves. They're throwing in the grenades first. They're not peeking at all. They are afraid of the pistols. And that's what they should be, because the pistols is what hurt them the most this far on the T side.
And obviously this is EnvyUs Academy finally taking control of this second half. Team Singularity, after taking that single round, looked like they had a chance in this one. Looked like they had a shot, but with the minimal utility, they couldn't hold it through. Obviously, so much damage onto EnvyUs Academy as they pushed into this site, but these Frenchmen, they seem to be firing on all cylinders today. We were saying sometimes they're a bit hit and miss. We've seen that so far in the Infinity Elite Series at least. A pair of frags come in, and EnvyUs Academy going to make this swarm onto the site. Look at them onto this one like ants. Robin plucked out the sky. Should be a 13th for the Frenchman.
Yeah, like Locust, I would even say. Completely devouring Team Singularity in this round. And they played it safer in the very beginning. It's definitely played out when they were 100% confident they could just rush in and finish everybody off. And 13-12 it is. Nobody lost in this round. No weapons saved up also, because that was a little bit of a problem. Even when Singularity were losing these ecos or force buys, they would always hold on to at least a single rifle. Well, this time around, not even a Kevlar, not even a better pistol, nothing for them. 2 UMPs, a CZ, very little grenades, a Safe's got none. Duma's got very little, and Benji all the same. Only Robin with a full set right there. Only a single defuse kit, and Bobsky dies in a bad spot, and the bomb could win the round right here. EnvyUs has got so many things they can do, but things they can't do is dying, and VKL just gives up a rifle over to the enemy team.
Yeah, you can see the disparity in the economy here. EnvyUs Academy looking pretty strong, where Singularity, they're declining. They're pretty dormant here, looking for a couple of kills. Obviously, the AK raining out first. Robin on that one, as these rifles, these Ts, draw in. Molotov's down as well, cuts off these rotations. Looking for this boost. This is a teamwork and team coordination that we saw from EnvyUs Academy earlier to push them in the lead. Remember, they were so far behind. 10-5, clearly it was. And Haji here just to hold the angles back. You can see Dumas looking to swing in and try and find this kill, but it's going to be Haji instead to find the drive-by headshot. Almost a second, but Safe's just too fast. 3 versus 3. Bobsky drawing in. Robin through the gap, but Jackson Petit find a pair of headshots. Just Safe left. 2 frags for him. Needs a quad kill. Goes for a bit of a spray down. Bit messy here. Tries to back off with the AWP. That's all he can do.
Yeah. That's pretty much all we can do. A little bit of fortune for this round with Singularity. Surely felt like they had a chance to finally do something. Oh my goodness, he's also going to get killed through the doors out there.
Yeah, Singularity just can't catch a break right now, can they? You can see that money once again. They had an AWP, cannot save it on through. Scoped rifle gone. EnvyUs Academy firmly in the lead.
Oh, well, 99% that we're seeing 15-12 right here, and then I think that EnvyUs should be able to close it out. I don't really see this team choking too much, but what could stop them, what could hold them back is Team Singularity just coming back as monsters, because as you said, they've got Robin on their side, the Dumas, Benji duo can always figure something out. Safe's been pretty consistent this far. He's been doing quite fine with the AWP. Bowski's also not failing. Well, if we're talking about EnvyUs Academy, VKL is a bit of a hit and miss. Sometimes just not doing anything at all. There's a hit from behind. Robin, what the hell is going on? He said that maybe a 15-12 could be guaranteed here, but instead, Singularity getting a little bit of an edge. Around with only pistols, and once again they do that. 2-1-1, only VKL remaining. And as I said, he could be the weak link on the lineup of the French team. Tossing a great molly. Still the smoke holds him back from getting a kill. The bomb's right in front of him with 50 seconds left on the clock. The CT's a little bit paranoid. He's gonna do whatever he wants and can't afford to do that. And the CT's cannot even pick up a rifle. That's the worst thing. As Dumas was, that was Bobsky who was coming in from behind. He was caught and wasn't able to pick up a rifle. Nobody else is going to be able to do so. And now up close, Bobsky's gone. VKL, is he going to get stabbed in the back? That's the question. No, Dumas does not get a good angle of approach right there, and VKL transfers himself over to bomb site A. He's still got quite a bit of time left out there, but already he's going to get the bomb planted, obviously. And a 1v1, that's going to mean a lot to Singularity! Dumas gets the headshot right at the last moment before VKL was behind that wooden fence, and 13 to 14, Singularity are not dead yet.
Such a crucial shot to hit. Big between the eyes bullets for Dumas. Going to be able to get this defused quite clearly. 13 rounds from Singularity. That might be a second wind, a second life for the Swedes. As you see, EnvyUs Academy's economy, they've got plenty of it. They've got enough money to be able to go for the buy in this one. Next as well. Probably the follow-up on the 30th as well, with the loss bonus coming through. Clearly trying to build to the bottom of that bank. Singularity without this AWP out.
Holy cow. This is way too close for my nerves. And this is just the beginning of the group. And as I said, I don't expect that any match is going to be easy in here. EnvyUs have already stepped it up and shown what they're capable of. I'm also counting on EPG. Hopefully they won't fail me.
Yeah, EPG can definitely step up. We've got a lot of good teams at the bottom of the build today. Obviously EPG, EnvyUs Academy being two of those, but nevertheless two of the better teams in this group stage. The group of death as we kind of build it earlier on today. Now, who's going to close it out? EnvyUs Academy, obviously no AWP on this server. Got 14 rounds on the board already, but obviously looking to close it out here. EnvyUs Academy sometimes have a bit of trouble closing this out, but Singularity likewise. They're just playing this one very passively, trying to take the tags through the smoke, but you can see this defense very firm, very back and passive with the 40-second mark approaching. Singularity feeling like they're just going to create the crossfires and draw the Frenchmen in to this possibly B site, which is where the bomb is wrapping round to now. Safe, Bobski, both here. They've got a triple threat set up for Singularity on this B site. Is Bobski drawing closer to that plant site? Is Bobski, or does get flashed? Almost a double spray down. Only finds the one though as EnvyUs Academy chips back, sweeps in. It's Jax to find one more. They've still got to deal with safe, and they're both very low. From behind, Dumas going to find another one. No time. Jax, he can't get his bomb down. Dumas can just save and play back.
It's the worst thing that can happen at this stage. 14-13, and you're losing a round because of no time to plant the bomb. But for such very low HP, it still was highly likely that Dumas would be able to close out the round, and he would be the one to come out victorious in this situation. And EnvyUs Academy still will have quite good equipment. Well, take a look at Singularity. They win the round indeed, but they're still down to 2 UMPs. Very little needs for Bobski, if anything at all out there, and just one defuse kit. So this bomb plant that Jax was not able to pull off right here by the ending might be crucial to winning against Singularity. Now, in this round number 29, once again it seems like EnvyUs will be slowing it down slightly, which might have been their doom in the previous round. I'm not too sure if they should continue like this, but everybody's afraid to make any mistakes, and they walk straight into an incendio, but Jax is going to get a double right here. Clears out bomb site A, one more guy. Drops down from the balcony. With that UMP, he's got to get up close, and indeed manages to get one headshot out of it. But already the rest of the team deciding to just give up, hold it back, because they want to have, even if anything, to fight with in the next round. The M4 is going to be extremely valuable, but once again, we cannot rule Singularity out, because these rounds where they have the pistols are seemingly the best for them. This is just so weird.
To add insult to injury, EnvyUs Academy were at the bottom of their bank. Would have been a 16-14, almost guaranteed for the Swedes if they would have been able to pull this one through. EnvyUs just hitting their shots today. They seem on form. Straight onto this A site. Bomb down. About to explode. EnvyUs Academy. One round away from this match.
Are we going to be seeing a 16-14 or overtimes? Doesn't matter which way we go. It's already as close as we can get, really. And pretty much majority of the Legend Series number 4 is like this far. It's just so amazing to see how balanced out the teams are right here. Hopefully heading over to the main stage, the main invites won't just completely demolish them. Hopefully we can continue that way.
Smoke through, Singularity holding back. You can see the passive once again, barely got anything to work with. It's EnvyUs Academy going for prods at both sites. Lambert with this AWP, trying to find an angle of approach, trying to catch somebody peeking and getting cheeky on this Team Singularity side, but nobody doing so, as they are playing very back. And passive once again, been saying it a lot. Bobski fully flashed up, cannot find the frag. Any bullets into the EnvyUs Academy thighs, as they are going to just pull it back again. Don't need to go too aggressive into either of these sites with a minute left. Just holding through. These pistols got to do a lot.
Pretty interesting to see Bobski getting completely flashed as he was looking away from the flashbang totally. So that was a little bit of a weird X-Files thing. But now 40 seconds remaining and EnvyUs are about to get into the CZs that they hate so much. The speed right now might not be their friend. Haji, he's going to get killed off by Bong indeed. Safe's also going to get killed on VKL. Back to a 3-on-3 there as Lambert strikes in with the AWP. He's not been playing with it for quite a while now. Duma's up so close! And they are evening it all out. It could be the overtime. It will be the overtime. Safe missing the AWP, but being able to seal the deal with the M4A4 rifle. 21 kills for Safe. 20 for Robin, 19 for Dumas, 21 for Bowski. Just take a look at how evened out it is in the lineup of Singularity, with only Benji maybe underperforming a little bit, but also maybe not really getting the opportunity to do much more. And Haji, he's out of his mind with 32. Jax J also picking it up by the ending of the regular time right here with 28. So we've got quite a bit of star power out here, but no one's really able to close it out into his own favour.
Yeah, of course, overtime, a big change of pace. 15-15, regulation gone. Both these teams, not a chance to close it out. None taken, unexecuted. It's EnvyUs Academy right onto this B site. Close and personal, Team Singularity going for a more aggressive setup this time. I'm going to find this first frag, safe with the Molotov. Flashes on through to slow EnvyUs Academy down, but it's level playing field. It's Lambert. Catches that flank off guard. Now, a couple of shots, a couple of sprays through this smoke from Teep. Isn't going to find a kill though. Shots again. Lots of damage done.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got
no
16k. The team not going to go for this push in. Jackson Petite Scale going to both find a pair of frags. Benji and Safe out here. They want to save this AWP and M4. Obviously, you've got enough money, possibly to go for the buy every 3. I really don't agree with going for the saves in overtime. MR3, 16k. Don't agree with that.
Oh. So Safe was down to 5 and Robin was down to 10. And a grenade was thrown like right at them and they lost 4 HP combined. That was insane. But still Singularity though, losing this round. EnvyUs Academy pushing through, and actually it seems like Singularity might run out of money over here. 3 people are out of it right now. Benji and Safe still have quite a bit, but that's thanks to just saving up the rifles.
Benji, the second AWP, only on 9 frags, and in overtime that's just not enough. Maybe at the end of the first half that would have been good enough, but right now he's not doing enough of the pulling power. EnvyUs Academy able to pull ahead. Maybe we could lie a lot of the blame at his feet. Going to be this B push once again. Has Singularity tightened up their defense? It's Safe here in a different angle this time, but the back off is a bit of a fake, bit of a ruse. They could swing into this A side going through connector, but Benji does find one, put himself on double digits. As EnvyUs look to maybe swing in, return back. They seem a little bit flustered, don't really know what they're doing just now. That bomb actually struggling to get it back to Jax. We'll go for this rotate. They've got still a minute left, lots of possibilities.
Well, Lambert trying to bring it back into the favour of his own team, but with himself going down to 7 HP. It's not looking good. EnvyUs after all, aren't going to get into a comfortable spot just yet. We're still continuing so close, both the teams right here. First of all, EnvyUs with an amazing round to open up the first half of the overtime. Then Singularity in the middle of it, getting an amazing one too. And what's it going to go down to in the last one? And I feel like we could just continue like that for infinity with these overtimes. Both the teams sometimes showing their weaknesses, sometimes just showing up huge and monstrous performances, but they're never really able to overthrow the other guys. Now JaxJ with a very early opening kill. The AWP goes down, Benji's instantly gone. Maybe that's a chance to do something. Maybe that's a chance to inflict some more damage over to Singularity.
4 versus 5 here. Lambert still with the AWP out, looking for this prop potential. You see EnvyUs Academy actually going for this split once again. Maybe going to be this split towards the A site. Something that they haven't gone for just yet. It was shut down by Benji in the last round, but right now he's gone. That connector threat eliminated from the server, but with the smoke down, they don't actually know that right now. Obviously, Robin assuming his dead co-op's position. Singularity just wrapping around. Remember, this is the final round of this opening half of overtime.
Still just the initial kill out there from Jax, and pretty much no more damage done by this moment of the round, but Lambert and Robin are willing to pick up the pace a tiny bit. Lambert's still got a guy right next to himself, but he didn't really catch a glimpse of him as he instantly walked over to the alley. Bob's still could be feeling quite comfy in that position, but it doesn't matter because they're the real enemy. Most of the enemy team is on bomb site B. And Haji manages to overthrow another guy. Robin and Bobski. Bobski right now managed to get into a better position, actually. Not so much of a flank, but he's there to support his other teammate, Robin. Now a missed shot from Lambert, actually. That was a little bit tight, but Jax is going to cover him with the support as he's going to provide the safety over to his teammate. And Haji also very effective in this first half of the overtime. Once again, just getting more and more kills. This guy seems to be unstoppable on the lineup of the French team. And, well, he's already been like that for quite a bit of time. I feel like Haji's been performing back in the days of LDLC and stuff, so it's going good for him.
No messing about, straight into this second half. Team Singularity got that all back out, it's on safe this time. EnvyUs Academy going for the double up setup. Lambert and VKL could barely afford it earlier on their CT side. Bit of a lapse in judgment there, but right now, 2 and they're done. That's all they need, and with full economy, full utility, should be able to happen. They should be able to pull it through if this was a standard day in the office, but it's far from that. The push coming through, the split into connector. D-Scale being completely smoked off. No damage done just yet. Jax has to hit this preliminary initial headshot. He's being wrapped in front and behind though. Already players thinking fast onto this A bomb site, but you can see Petit is a little wary, doesn't know where Benji's playing from. He's missed a lot of shots so far, but he has to hit a crucial one here. Needs to be the point man to close down this connector, this rotation. He's in no man's land. He could wreak havoc, but Jax actually finds another headshot. Bobski on this site only finds one in return. A 1 versus 4 now for safe. Lurking, hiding away in the smoke. There's the first. Bomb planted for him as well. These Molotovs are going to back him off back into this smoke, but he's being sprayed on through. He's on half HP. The bomb still isn't being defused. Finally, Lambert hits that shot. Safe with the second. And it's going to be all too easy for EnvyUs Academy.
Come on, they weren't even close to the bomb side. They were not taking care of the bomb for so long, and maybe a little bit afraid for what's going to happen to EnvyUs just because of that main map's objective. And 18-16, 2 rounds of an advantage. EnvyUs Academy being able to hop away just a tiny bit. Double AWP on them, and just one more round to close out this first map of Group D. It's lasted quite a while right now. They've been a tiny bit late with the start, but if the group is to continue like this, it's going to be a pretty long evening.
Yeah, we're going to be in for a pretty long night. Minute 30 left on the clock. Obviously, Singularity going slow once again, but might finally be about to make their approach onto the B site. That bomb held back, and Dumas being the difference maker on the A site. Looking to sell a bit of a fake, but he isn't making too much noise right now. It isn't an outright ruse. EnvyUs Academy, look at how much map control they're taking. There's a first initial frag from Haji, not traded out back yet. As VKL does fire through and hit a second shot. Benji gone, a 3 versus 5. EnvyUs Academy just looking to close this one out right here and now. Dumas looking to maybe cut off a couple of the rotations here. He just hidden behind. Petit Scout isn't going to find him. Finally turns and finds that shot. The smoke was a little bit of a telegraph there for him. Dumas through the smoke, going to get taken out as well. Jack's gone.
Come on.
It's 19-16. EnvyUs will be going to their winners match.
Petit actually so good at playing around these smokes in the connector, killing 2 people off right there that he initially didn't even know about. That seems to really impress me a lot. And that's the guy that I pointed out that I would be looking forward to the most on the lineup of EnvyUs. Lambert kind of had a good shot in the very beginning, but then he's stopped a little bit. Then he's become a little bit more toned down. But most importantly, Haji, the guy with the biggest amount of kills in the server by the ending of this map. And he's led his team to victory for sure. Though 19-16, what a scoreline right here for the opening match of Group D.
So obviously they're 1 away from the grand finals now. That winners match will be coming not in 1 hour but 2 hours. Singularity will be playing that losers match in about an hour's time against either the loser of Spirit and EPG. That's the next one in line. That Russian roulette, that Russian standoff coming up next. Any predictions for that one?
I would say Spirit. If we are to point out a single team that's not going to be up to the challenge in this group, then I would say that it's going to be EPG. But I'm not saying it is like that, but if there is to be one team, then that would be them.
Yeah, EPG, I think, are clear underdogs in this group, probably with at least recent results as well, probably bringing up the rear of this, especially against favorite Spirit. This group isn't exactly seeded, so these games are randomly placed and put. But Spirit probably, if we did have to seed them, would probably be the top seed, EPG being the bottom, and then obviously 2 and 3 Singularity. Not in the way that the results actually panned out as EnvyUs Academy going into that winners bracket instead of Singularity. But clearly this second match, I don't think this one's going to be nearly as close. Maybe.
Now the question is, will they catch up with the schedule for us, or will they just mess it up even further? Because, as I said, I think that EPG could do well. Maybe especially because they're playing against Spirit, because it's a team from the domestic scene and they might know a lot about these players. Hope to see a tight match for sure.
So that one coming up next, Spirit versus EPG. Make sure you meet us back here on ELC Gaming TV in just about 5 minutes. We'll be back with this one